Today I have the honor and privilege of introducing Fallon for her speech. Part of her project was for her to write the introduction, so I am simply reading what she wrote. Today, Fallon is doing a speech in the Successful Club series. The series is a set of presentations addressing the subject of quality meetings. It will help members learn about the skills and standards they must strive to achieve for their club to be successful. She is doing the program Finding New Members for Your Club, which will hopefully, I changed a couple words there, benefit the membership drive next week. Fallon joined Toastmasters in 2012. She is a competent communicator and competent leader. She has one more speech to obtain her Advanced Communicator Bronze and 2 presentations to finish her Advanced Leadership Bronze. This will be the first of the 2. Her objective is to assist us all with ideas for gaining new members. Help me welcome Fallon with her presentation, Finding New Members for Our Club.
Should defer this to another date when we have some people here that would help benefit this, but we can start with our small group here, and I might just pass this presentation on in place of minutes because our secretary sometimes forgets to send those minutes out.
It just deferred until the end of the week.
Oh, right, got it. New members are important to the success of every Toastmasters club. New members mean better meetings, new ideas, potential new leaders, and potentially more fun. Now, I don't know how much more fun we can have in our groups than what this group already has, but it's possible with new members we might get some more fun. We know that meetings and work-related responsibilities and other activities compete for our time, and people cannot make the meeting, as what happened today at the last minute. Priorities and interests change, and members leave the group. We need to do something to improve this, because without club members, we can't have the positive, enjoyable, and supportive environment that is a trademark of Toastmasters learning program. As Ralph Smedley said, let us share behind we have gained for ourselves with others. So let us share the benefits that we have learned and share them with other people. Every member is responsible for contributing to the success of the club and to the success of fellow members. Ensuring the club has enough members to properly conduct meeting is part of everyone's responsibility. So here are some possible ideas on how we can recruit new members. We can talk to our friends and coworkers. We can wear our Toastmasters pins every day, which is, I know we have tendency to forget that. Maybe next week at our membership drive, we should all remember to wear our Toastmasters pin. We can display the Toastmasters magazines. I know I get these and sometimes I forget about it and I just throw them in my drawer, but I'm going to start putting them on my back table, in my back bar, the bar up in front of my office, and maybe people will pick them up and ask questions about it. It's got my name on it, they're going to come to me and ask ideas. So that might be one good way to do it. You can also pass out different brochures. There was some you could buy these, but I copied them. Success 101. We can hand these out to different members, different people, friends, and what Toastmasters is all about. We can do flyers and brochures, which we have done for open house. And we can also create a social media network. We do have a Facebook page, but I don't think anyone really uses that except for me. I go out there after every meeting and I post pictures out there. And some of you don't use Facebook, but if you do, you should take a minute to go out and look at our Facebook poster or website and add to it, comment on it, share it with your friends. If you share one of the pictures out there, it's going to generate a little bit more knowledge about that. Now, does anybody have any other ideas what we possibly could do to recruit members? No other ideas?
We could post on the TVs in the building. I don't think we've done that.
right? That's what, we are having that, it should be up there now. It was supposed to be up there announcing our open house for next week. I asked them
Okay.
to run it from April 9th. I haven't had a chance to stop the TV and look, but it's supposed to be running. Any other ideas?
I recently attended new employee orientation, and most of the clubs got a chance to speak to all of the new employees. Toastmasters was not represented in that, though.
That was one of my ideas too. We need to figure out how to get the employee orientation, because that would be a good part, and it would be a good speaking experience for someone to just go and even talk for 5 minutes on what Toastmasters said. Well, that's a real good idea. Somebody also suggested to me bigger flyers. Let's use 11 by 17 when we put our posters up, because people, this little 8 by, everybody has 8.5 by 11. Let's put some bigger flyers out, and maybe add some bright colors that's going to draw people to them.
Maybe any other organizations we're in, just take the flyers and hand them out or leave them on the table. And I don't know what organization, I mean, I'm part of the White Lake Weed Control Group. We got a meeting later this week. I may just take a couple flyers, and anybody interested, it's outside the company, but
I think I mentioned too, I think a blitz, when people are figuring out their, individual development plan at the beginning of the year. So some people, boy, what am I gonna put on it this year? And it's an easy one for people to add. So, kind of a blitz in the first 2-3 January, basically.
Right. Somebody also told me maybe do some short videos and post them on our Facebook page, or see if we can get Iconet. Just take a 60 to 90 cent video and give you a testimonial of what Toastmaster means to you. Those are other possibilities.
Maybe we could put that on our Facebook page. And I know whenever you take any pictures, I try and, put those on my timeline, and so that people in my group can see it, and I do get some comments sometimes.
It could be something we could get high-level executives involved too, where they don't actually participate in meetings, but they can say how valuable of a skill public speaking is, and if people see that and they're looking to get promoted, to see that a high-level executive, maybe Patty Poppy, I think that's something that she wouldn't be opposed to taking the time to say, this is why I value public speaking.
Patty Poppy uses a lot of ums when I go to her research meeting. I count her ums. It's really bad.
Have you sent her an email after hers?
No, I don't. I don't.
are there any,
People
are any of the execs former Toastmaster members?
That would be a good question. I can see if I can't find that out. I know a lot of members say, well, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? They can expand their network. It's a good thing. Broaden their interest group. Make new friends. These are all things, because people will say to them, well, what's in it for me? We need to have some answers to that for our membership drive next week. What's in it for me?
Improving your skills, like my husband who said, oh, I don't know if I could get up there and do what you do. Well, that's why I did it, so that I could learn not to be afraid of speaking in front of people. Because sitting down is different than standing up in front of people. I found that for me, initially I was even nervous. My first meeting, even introducing myself, when it was sitting at the table. Crazy, but I'm trying to twist his arm and encourage him to join Toastmasters.
So that's what people are gonna, a lot of times they're gonna say, well, what's in it for me? So we need to have some ideas, and when we talk to these people, we can say, this is what could be in it for you, so they're aware of that. Any other thoughts on that one?
I think the traditional gain confidence and public speaking ability, it seems like Toastmasters is training more into leadership. If you don't have the confidence and you can't get up and speak, the cap for professional and personal development
Right.
is pretty low. So
It's nice to see new people. Like Michael Morgan's style is so much different than the way that I would ever present. But it's nice to see it and learn from his style, what you can possibly incorporate into my speaking or in my approach to how I would want to do something. Or Josh Martin, in the way that he does his speeches, because he does a lot of the technical speeches.
Right, the way Vicki does it, she's always afraid up there when she does things, but she has her emotional way, and it's kind of interesting to see people can pull up here and put the emotional aspect to it. So when an individual does come to our meeting, they want to be treated properly. So when we have guests come at our meeting next week, and really any particular meeting, we need to treat our guests in a proper way. We need to greet them at the door. We need to talk to them. We need to sit with the guest. So every person, if you bring a guest, try to sit with that person. If you didn't bring a guest, have somebody else come along or sit with that person, but always sit with the guest. Speak with the guests after the meetings. Don't just ignore them, just, walk away and chat with your friends in the group. Talk to the guests that have come and explain a little bit of what's in it for me. Tell them some of that stuff. And ask them to visit again, so you're gonna come back to the meeting again. Our invitation to them should be encouraging. Remind them it's a supportive, self-paced program. If they're hesitant to join, don't be demanding, because that's gonna put a negative thought to them. They're gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna join, this is very negative. And a few days before the meeting next week, or after this first meeting next week, the VP of membership should possibly write them a note, say, hey, thanks for coming, we're glad you were here. And then whoever invited the person, invite them a couple of days before the meeting. Give them a personal call rather than email. Maybe call them and say, hey, it was so glad you came to our meeting last week. We got another great one coming up next week. So-and-so's going to speak. Come and hear their style. Just like Jeff said, different styles. Every week you're going to hear a different style speaker. So Toastmasters is a very personal organization that people bring into a club on a personal basis. A club's membership will only grow as each member becomes personally involved. We all need to be involved. One enthusiastic person can bring more members than a whole group, the whole membership committee could bring. This was not a good idea. Keep it personal. Always keep it, the club's membership personal, efforts personal, friendly, and helpful. So just keep that in mind as we have our meetings next week. Remember, it's all of our responsibility to help our members, to gain new members. Thank you.